What's up, everybody? You are listening once again, that time of the week, that time of the day, that time of the month. Oh, for the good,
the band,
and the ugly. I'm Big Papa.
I'm Jeff.
And we got all kinds of...
We got some cool stuff going on. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Yes.
Is that what you did last week, or was that Let's Roll?
Last week was Let's Roll. This week it's Let's Do It.
You're going to have to find
figure one.
Find your groove.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Yeah, I'm going to have to make sure where your groove's at. Stella's got her groove
Stella's
back.
got her groove?
Yeah.
Good for Stella.
Stella's a whore.
Stella.
There you go, Stella. Right for you. Had to make sure the sound effects were there for this next. So first we got Uncle Jimmy coming up. He's going to give us his picks of the week. My pick of the week last week was going out to see
Mick Fury.
Yes. And then I went down and saw Scars downstairs at the gig.
How was it?
It was good. They sound great. The new drummer he's a great drummer and
sweet,
personable. Bunch of
good
fellows that night. Bill was having a good time.
That's odd.
Yeah, no, no. J-Rose, everybody's had a good time. It was good. The crowd that was there really loved it as usual.
Yeah,
know?
I mean,
and then we had upstairs with Mick. Mick was playing a bunch of originals. He was playing all kinds of shit.
Cool.
Playing like a lot of originals, and he was doing some Johnny Cash and
sweet.
I think he did Roy Orbison or something. It was a little bit of, I was all over the board. Let's put it that way.
Roy.
Oh yeah. Talk. I have to sip.
Talk. I have to sip. I like when he does that. It's so fun,
when
especially out of that great cup he has.
This is for you. This cup is for you.
I figured.
Hey man.
Hey man.
That's what it says. Hey man.
Hey, yeah, sure it does. Hey man.
For our video folks, they know what it says.
That's right.
It says, "Hey fuckface."
Hey fuckface.
Hey fuckface.
Oh, God has arrived.
I'm here.
For now.
I'm always here. I'm omnipresent.
We just don't call you that often.
Oh, well, nobody around you does, but
you're right.
When they're with me, they're calling me.
Oh boy.
When Big Papa's in control, they're calling my name.
They're calling my name.
Yep.
How?
Usually it's followed by "damn it," though.
You're right.
Thanks, God.
Thanks for showing up.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Oh, he'll be here.
I'm sure.
You know, let's get to Uncle Jimmy.
All right,
let's get him on here. And there's James. Well, let's admit him to the.
Let's
bring him onto the party.
What's up?
Yeah, he's got to turn his camera on and all that.
Turn his camera on again.
Yeah.
You're in the waiting room.
We're asking him to unmute.
Yeah, ask to unmute.
Unmute your unmute your shit.
Unmute everything.
He probably went and got a sandwich.
There he is.
Oh,
what's up here?
What's up, man?
Yep.
How you doing?
We're doing good, man.
How's the camp life up there?
Awesome.
Yeah. How are you?
Very quiet today because nobody's here.
He's underneath us.
Now, do you stay up there all summer?
Pretty much.
Okay, so you don't go home at all.
I'll go back home to maybe when my daughter goes out of town, take care of the animals then. But
okay. Okay.
Nice.
Very cool.
How's the weather up there?
A little breezy today. Cool. Sunny though. Sunny.
No.
I was going to go down to the pond and do this, but too much wind.
Yeah.
Yeah. We want you to do a sunset version.
Little kayaking.
Not today.
Not today.
I went on a sunset kayak the other day. It was awesome.
Little.
You know what we want you to do,
little
Jimmy?
kayaking.
Here's what we need you to do when you're out in the water with the sun at your back and a nice pretty picture. We want you to get on the video and just make a 30-second or 15-second video. Just says, "Hey, this is Uncle Jimmy. Every time life is peaceful, I think of the good, the bad, and the ugly." And then send us that because we're trying to get bumpers that we want for the show, and that would be perfect.
Yeah.
And then you could do another one that says, "Just when I thought it was peaceful, the good, the bad, and the ugly as we do this stupid fucking podcast."
Every
and you can do that
week.
Every
and
I
week.
get paid nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, neither do we.
No, we don't.
Yeah. So, anyways, pick of the week. what did you go anywhere this weekend at all?
I went out this weekend. Went out Saturday and Friday. I mean, I should say. And it was Tell All Your Friends. Is the new band, Ryan Coughlin's new band. And
so that's what it's called.
Darian Lazidi. I think that's how you saw his name. But
Okay.
good guitar player. Got some good vocals. So he did some songs.
What kind of songs do they do?
They do like punk rock type of stuff they were doing and 90s music.
Okay.
That's what the whole theme was, that he was just Novak's 90s
Right.
review. So
Yep.
Oh, yeah, Jess was there.
Jess
Now,
was
see
there.
that I'm mad that we didn't get to that, but I can only do
So much.
I can do so much. Yeah.
yeah, okay, whatever.
So
Yeah, 'cause
whatever.
we-
I went out and saw the folks out at the
Turning Stone.
The Turning Stone at the Motif. I saw Mick Fury there, and then at the gig downstairs.
Oh, McFerry was there. That's right.
Yep.
Yeah. So, let's see. I'm trying to think who we. Oh, you know what our pick of the week is? I'm going to tell you my pick of the week before you tell me yours.
This should be fun.
Saturday.
Yeah.
The Booty Foundation,
Right.
featuring Jeff Totora at Sharky's.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice. Okay.
Jeff is
It's gonna
in town as of today, and
be a huge. Yep.
yeah, that's going to
That's
be
what
a
it was all
great
about.
show.
He's coming from Rochester. Yep.
No, he's coming from Las Vegas.
Las Vegas. Okay.
Yeah, he's the drummer
dear.
from the Blue Man Group, and he's also he tours with Femmes of Rock and with Count 77, 777 or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So he's in like 3 different Vegas bands. 2 of them are touring right now, so he's like losing his mind. But the guy's just phenomenal. I mean, he's going to be a guest of the show in a couple weeks. We can't wait to have him on.
Yeah.
But want to give a shout out to that there right away.
Sure.
They're going to be. It's going to be very sparkly that night.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It is. Yeah,
Very
they're going to have the
sparkly.
disco balls up.
Yeah.
Johnny Peluso's
There's going to be a huge disco ball.
big disco party, and I'm partial to sparkles.
Are you?
I like the sparkles.
Okay.
I think Steve Shad told me it's like a 50-inch spark.
Yeah, it's
ball.
one of the biggest
wow.
disco balls they could
Yep.
find, and they were
Yep.
trying to figure out how to get it to the top of the
Yep.
Sharky Shack.
Right.
That's what I'm calling it.
Sharky
The Sharky
Shed.
Shed. How's that? Sharky Shed.
The Sharky
the
Shed.
S Shed.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
boy.
So hit us with your best shot. Fire away.
Far away.
The big show is going to be Friday and Saturday. Battle of the Wings.
What did
Oh.
you say?
Battle,
That's good. I mean, there's so many bands down there.
Battle of the
you got
Wings.
Turbo Buckets, Mr. Monkey, Barn Dogs on Friday, along with Los Blancos, and then
Oh, very good.
Saturday is all-star weekend with country music for most part.
Country swag.
The Rally Against the Grain. You got Thompson Square, which is a national touring act
Yep.
coming in.
Yep.
Country swag. Then you got Hard Promises and Ditch Daisy. So there's a lot of music down there for 2 days.
Oh, very
that's-
cool.
And unfortunately, it's the same day as the Sharky Shack.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I guess you have to make your decisions
Yep.
to go to the Sharky Shack.
They got Bike Night with Scars, so that'll be different.
Thursday's bike
Yep,
night with Scars.
Thursday.
So that should be
Yep.
a fun evening as well.
We
Wow,
lost-
this is a good
This
weekend
is-
for music.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's only the tip. I mean, there's so much going on. I couldn't
Show us more than the tip, Jimmy.
Oh, boy.
Oh boy.
Oh. We lost a radio personality today.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Becky Palmer.
Yeah, that's.
I went to school with her. I knew Becky real well.
I didn't think she was that old.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
She was like 2 grades behind me, I think.
Okay.
But I knew her for a long time. She did a lot of commercials with us. When we used to do live remotes from the radio stations.
Yep.
With Jacker Hearts and Onondaga Flooring, we used to use them all the time.
That's
We used to
awesome.
come in and do remotes. It was great.
That's awesome.
Well, she will be remembered, and I know her family is in our thoughts and prayers.
Yes, absolutely.
I know she's affected a lot of us
Oh.
that knew her, and
Yeah.
she touched a lot of lives. So, yes,
Sure.
yes. So, moment of 2 seconds of silence on that one. And there you
Okay,
go.
we're good.
Not making light of it, but just
No.
seriously, But
Yeah,
thanks for
absolutely.
that. That was great, Jimmy. Thanks
Yeah.
for bringing that up and bringing the show
That's
down.
great.
But
Debbie Downer, huh?
yeah, that's all right. Jim.
Way to go.
You want to talk about your gout
Way to
next,
go.
or you want to talk about maybe a hemorrhoid or anything you got? Or
I got those too, yeah.
yeah, okay. Well, are they up yet, or they don't get there to the weekend?
They're innies right now, so.
Nice. There you go.
Christ. Wow.
Wow.
Okay.
There
you go.
That's it.
All right, Jimmy. So we've got your picks of the week. You've got our
Yeah.
picks of the week.
Yeah.
This is a short one.
And, are you going to go to Booty Foundation?
I'm going to the Booty Foundation. I am.
Wow.
Well, I went to bike night Thursday.
Did you go to bike next Thursday?
I did. I saw
Wow.
Dangerous Type there. Freaking awesome, as always.
Yep.
Steve Shadd is just incredible.
I mean,
and
yeah.
adding the female singer, I forget her
Yes.
first name, and I apologize to her. Holy shit. Great,
Oh, yeah.
great move. Great move. I mean, she was just outstanding.
Cool.
She does all the backgrounds for Radio Floyd. So she does
Okay,
all the female
yeah.
voices for
Yeah.
Radio Floyd.
Well,
And
it's a very incestuous group there. They play in a lot of things together, but everything they touch turns to gold.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
they're just a phenomenal band, and and if you guys get a chance to go out and see them, just another one of these bands that they're different. They're a little different than the mainstream 3 or 4 that everybody goes to, but get out and see them. I mean, not that they don't draw a fucking crowd. I mean, they had a huge crowd there.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Yeah.
But I was impressed. I was thoroughly impressed. But who am I?
Uncle Jimmy, who's at bike night this week?
Scars.
There's the Stripes.
I know you weren't
Oh,
listening,
boy.
but do you want to write that down in your notebook?
No.
You're in your little Alzheimer pad there.
No, I don't.
Okay. Wow. That's Uncle Jimmy, by the way.
I'm
I
aware.
wasn't sure if you knew that because you haven't. You're kind of looking down. Don't look down too much because that thing that's growing on the very back of your head is picking up the light. That's why I wear
Yep.
the hat. See, that's why I wear a hat.
I know what's happening. That's all good.
I know.
Well,
I'm taking the hair back.
Now what are you gonna do?
Jimmy's got an afro under that hat.
We know.
Yeah, afro turf.
Great.
Look at him.
they,
Yeah,
at one time, I had the flop.
the flop.
And, yeah.
Oh, the comb over.
Oh, I wasn't sure what we were talking about. I thought we were talking about I had to take a blue pill.
He's got the comb
I
over.
went out in the wind, and I had it all starched up real good, and it flopped over and stayed there. Oh, my God. That was the day I took it off.
Wow.
Went bye-bye.
I have a relative that has the comb forward.
Going forward, yep.
Yeah, so he's got the comb forward basically from the top of his spine that he grows it long enough to reach his eyebrows.
He threw it off his back where it fell.
And dude, when we'd go out on the boat, he'd have like a
Yep.
2-foot ponytail flying in the wind, and as soon as we'd stop, he'd go whoop, and I'm like,
Wow.
wow, just cut it off.
Yeah.
just-
At that point, you just got to go.
yeah.
You know what?
I think
gotta
at a
go.
point when you shave it all and you just totally bald, now you look badass.
Yeah.
Like Jimmy.
Yeah.
Jimmy looks badass. All you need is a
Always.
bike.
No, it's really-
Yeah. He's got a Harley kayak right now, but
No, sponsored by Harley.
anyways, Jimmy, thanks, man, for coming on as always. We want to get you in the studio with us.
We discussed
Okay.
that already.
So
Yeah.
I know we discussed that. But,
Okay.
here's the other thing. We talked about it last week, and I promised I'd throw hints and teasers out there.
Okay.
But there's something new on the horizon.
Yep.
Something new is on the horizon. You might need to go rent a Ryder truck
Yes. You may.
to help them move.
Yep.
But there's something new on the horizon. Good things are coming.
Yep.
Good things are coming.
Okay.
Good things are coming.
Awesome.
That's all I can say.
No, you're right.
But not next week, but the week after,
Yeah.
we will have a special guest in studio
Yep.
to make the official
Make an
announcement.
Official announcement.
with dates and places.
Cool.
So you know what we're talking about, and I'm sure a lot of
Yeah.
people do, but let's just keep it real and
Keep
call
it real.
call the doctor if you have to.
Yeah. Yeah. Why not? Why wouldn't you?
The doctor.
The doctor.
The doctor. Spelled D-R.
Yeah. D-R.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The doctor.
doctor.
So, anyways. All right, my friend. As always,
Okay,
we
guys.
thank you. Don't forget to do those bumpers. You have homework.
Okay.
And, do it on the lake.
Yeah.
Of course.
Why not?
All right, brother. We love you. Thank you for coming
Thank
out.
you very much, my friend.
And we will
See ya.
we'll talk to you next week, man.
You got it.
All right, brother.
All right.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye. Wow, there he goes.
Yep.
All right.
Down.
Now we got two guests.
We got
We got two guests that go back with me in my my childhood, in a sense.
Okay.
My younger years.
All right.
Both of these guys, we all hung out. So today is an information gathering,
Oh.
chit chat, catch up. How have you been? And we want we're welcoming everybody who listens to, join us in the living room kind of thing.
Have a seat.
Yeah, because you guys may know these guys. You may know some of the projects they played with. They're both musicians.
Yep.
And let's bring them on.
Okay.
Let's see here. Bring them both in at the same time.
Why wouldn't you?
There it is. That's Frank's iPhone.
It does say that, doesn't it? Frank's iPhone.
Frank's iPhone. And so he's coming on. And we've got John is also coming on
Somewhere.
somewhere. He'll pop up here.
Oh, John.
John's joining. There's John.
There we go.
We're waiting.
Sort of.
Get that camera on. There he is.
Hey.
See, he holds true to the long
Look.
hair. The other one,
Yeah, dude.
not so much. Not so much. He looks like he looks like he should be in Hollywood.
No, he looks like a
He
science
looks like a
teacher.
Jewish producer is what he looks like.
That's awesome.
He looks like it's like Frankie Weinstein.
Fra-
Frankie Weinstein is on, and John, I'm still rock and roll Hamilton
yeah.
is with us. How you doing, brother? Can you hear us? Mr. Hamilton?
Oh no,
Uh-oh.
I can't see him either.
Oh,
Am
no?
I supposed to see him?
You
Yeah, we
should
can see him.
I can't see him.
What you want to
I don't-
do, Frank, is you want to put your view on your computer to be like a grid view. John, can you hear us now? Because we can't hear you.
No, I'm good now.
Okay.
All right, cool.
I'm in. Yep, I'm good.
Okay, so when he talks, Frank, you'll be able to. Frank is a Zoom virgin.
Oh,
Yes.
this ought to be
So
fun.
am I.
So's John.
Well, John's
Oh.
John's a little technically advanced, I
Advanced.
think.
Oh,
Then.
okay.
See, Frank, when he moved to Florida, they had to transplant his brain to his senior citizen's brain so he could stay amongst the people of the tribe
Well,
down there.
yeah, are you there?
No,
I
he's,
got another 45 minutes before I have to go to bed.
So-
That's awesome.
So guys, this is Jeff Alford.
How you
Jeff-
doing, guys?
Jeff was a guitar player in my band for a number of years, and we decided to do this. And the show basically is talking to guys that played in the 80s with us and we grew up with or whatnot. And I thought no better than the two of the funniest sons of bitches I know from back in the day. But I couldn't get them, so I reached out to the YouTube.
See?
Excellent.
That's right. And
Takes a lot of pressure off us, Mike. Thanks.
that's right.
Yeah.
Nice.
I got to make sure, John, you have any cats by you right now.
She's sleeping upstairs. I'm good.
Are you
we should
sure?
be good. Yeah.
Okay, as long
All
as
right.
she doesn't need your attention and you need to take off, just let us know.
Yep.
Don't worry.
And
Yeah,
you
don't
could-
worry. She's good.
Okay. And Frank, your wife is. I think she's sitting right there with you, isn't she?
She probably is, but we do have a dog. But
Yeah. Well.
hopefully
Yeah.
We're-
Well, it's
we're
probably a
gonna-
small dog.
Yeah.
everything's gonna be good.
It's probably a small dog, something you can handle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. See, but I don't. I
Okay.
haven't seen him in 30 years. I know right away. Boom.
Right. I mean, that's
Small dog.
Yep.
Yeah. So probably got flip flops on.
Oh,
I want to
jeez.
take a moment to thank you for pimping this episode so much because I looked all over Facebook. I couldn't find who was going to be on this week.
Oh no, we
Thanks,
didn't.
man.
Well,
No.
no, we didn't want to tell them you were going to be on, Frank. We want people to actually watch this.
Oh, okay. So there's a method.
There's a
There's a method.
surprise.
Yep.
It's like, oh, you wasted the good surprise.
Lee was going to be on like a month in advance.
Well, yeah. Well, we did have Lee.
We did.
You know.
Yep.
How far is he from you?
About an hour and 20 minutes.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
the length of his video,
Yeah.
you could have driven to his house and crashed it.
Oh God,
So-
yeah, for sure.
Oh my God.
So tell us what your well, first of all, we'll start with John. Give us your history in music in Syracuse. I mean, and we don't have to go back to the high voltage basement days.
Oh, come on.
Well, you can. I
Right.
think we knew one song.
Well, one of the first bands I was ever in was. Can you guys? Am I talking too loud or? Is
No,
this-
you're
fine.
perfect.
Yep, you're
You're
good.
perfect.
Okay.
Yep.
I don't know if I'm shouting or whatever, but okay. It was a band called COD, and we had a singer. His name was Mike,
He was a dick.
and it was kind of a takeoff on SOD. Actually, we did these fast songs, funny parody, kind of ripping on stuff that people loved.
You want
We
me
did
to?
a song. Maybe this sounds familiar, Jeff. We did a song about Jerry Garcia.
Yeah,
And-
I heard about that, and I also heard like the whole COD thing. It was like,
Clowns of Doom.
yeah, I thought it
Clowns
was
of
like
Doom?
cash on delivery.
Nope.
You know?
Nope. Cottage
no,
cheese
no.
on demand is what it stood for.
No, I just had to throw that out there because Mike and I do have a little.
Sitting at a party, drinking for free.
Yeah, here
Some
it goes.
deadhead pulled a knife on me. What the fuck? What did I say? All I said was the dead was gay. Deadhead. 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 Boom.
Shit! I am very impressed with that. You remember the lyrics.
So am I.
There was a second line too that was something like, "You worship a guy whose belly is lumpy. You call him God, but
We
I
call him Stumpy.
yeah. It's Jerry Garcia.
Yeah.
Had one of his
Yeah.
fingers removed. But
Yeah.
anyway, so
I forgot the second verse.
yeah, I remember the Stumpy line because I think you came up with that.
Yeah.
It was so abrasive, man. I was like, "That's great. That's got to go in the song." Man.
And we started the song. We had a marimba.
What?
We had a marimba
Oh,
in,
I don't
boy.
remember that.
in the
but,
basement. My sister was playing the marimba at the time. And Brian Mann was like, we got to start it going ding, 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 ding.
oh, that's right.
Yes.
That's right. Yeah,
And
yeah,
then
you're
then
right.
then
You were
he
right.
went in with power bar chords because I think that's all anybody knew back then was bar chords.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, that's all I know still. I plateaued, and it's all been downhill ever since. But
And then
I don't know where to start. I don't know.
so you started in the basement with COD, and
Yeah, apparently.
I'm actually proud that you remembered that there was a COD.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, my memory's starting to fade. Once I hit 50, man, it started to get a little fuzzy. But I used to have a mind like a steel trap when it came to like the bands I was in and everyone I jammed with and all that stuff. Man, I'll never forget that stuff. It was so much fun.
Frank, what was?
Um,
sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, Frank, what was your first band?
First, if you're going to talk about fun bands, like, what about Frank, John, and John?
I was
Well, okay.
waiting. Frank,
I mean,
John, and John. That was the two
There
of
you
you.
go.
So my name came first. John's name came twice, and very similar. But everything was spontaneous. So we recorded songs on a tape recorder spontaneously.
It's got it right there,
Got it right there.
Got my Frank, John, and John disc here, Frank.
dude.
Oh, there.
You need
Okay.
to send me. You need to send me a digital one of the songs
Oh,
digitally.
and it's volume 1.
Oh,
Yeah,
they
that's
made
the best
lots of
one.
them.
Volume 1.
They made lots of them.
And because you guys were just talking about that band that you were in for 5 seconds.
Hey! Shut up. we played in the best basements of North Syracuse.
That's right.
Spark something because there was a side project to Frank, John, and John that we did, what's called Rosemary's Babies, and that could have been because Brian Mann's riffs were incredible. Those could have been Mannslaughter songs, like not like similar to like the SOD stuff was all tongue in cheek, and it could have been but the music could be Anthrax because the riffs were so awesome. Same thing with that, and it was all spontaneous.
Right.
And we were kind of making fun of the satanic bands from back then, and we would like the names of the songs were like Spilling in Blood and E is for Evil and Bone. You probably would remember more than, but that was awesome.
I actually have the disc here. I forgot to dig it out. I forgot, dude. How did I forget that one? I don't know.
Come on,
but
guys.
We were sort of making fun of all the satanic black metal bands like Venom and stuff, even though, I liked some of that stuff.
I was going to
It
say.
was just, we would get together, have some drinks, catch a buzz, and just start riffing and making up crazy lyrics. And it was a lot of fun, man.
I actually liked Venom. Like,
I never was a Venom fan.
no, I did.
I liked Motorhead.
Yeah.
That was just as like, but Venom just.
Yeah,
I think I was afraid. I was afraid I was going to hell.
No, the album that scared the hell out of me was Slayer's Slayer. Slayer had the soundtrack to hell.
Yeah, that's true.
True.
I mean,
I did not like Slayer. See?
no kidding.
God's here.
Yeah, great.
Hi, guys.
Oh, is that guy? Okay.
Yeah.
It's me. It's God.
For future reference.
Oh, my, me.
Just so you hear, when you hear that voice.
It's God.
So, he didn't like Slayer. He liked Striper.
Frank can speak to that. That Christian metal never did much for me. I respect it, but I never did.
Watch out, we're gonna get burned up here in a second.
know.
Hey, I like all kinds of music, but Striper, I always found I thought their talent was definitely outweighed their message. Let's put it that way.
That's fair. I think that's fair. Frank?
He's thinking, hang on, I see the smoke coming out of
You're
his
more
ears.
into Striper than I am.
They're one of the few bands that I still buy their music that comes out now.
Yes.
They're a lot heavier now than they were back then.
Yep.
They were a little more back then.
Yes,
Yeah.
they are.
We could. I don't think. Well, we can continue to talk about Striper. I know Bone would love that.
No, that's okay, man.
I'm good.
I actually interviewed Michael Sweet in 1991 at the Lost Horizon.
Oh, really?
Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Well,
Were you
that's
at
cool.
And that was
Frank,
Jeff's.
you-
That was
This-
Jeff's 5 minutes of fame right
It was,
there.
too.
Done.
Yep.
Yeah, I was.
You were there, Frank?
Oh, yeah.
That's cool.
We were all there.
So you were
weren't.
there, so you remember that Trickster opened the show then?
Yes.
Yeah. There.
Here we go,
Actually,
Mr. Fucking Trivia.
Yep.
I actually saw Striper in Florida 5-6 years ago.
Well, with all the nursing homes down there, they've got to be visiting all the time now. She's like, you better listen to this message. You're about to,
See you soon.
God.
I'm telling you, man, that's where New Balance sneakers and this hat,
No.
members jackets. Yeah.
Members only
Yeah,
jackets.
do you have a members only jacket, Frank, that come with the house?
I do not. I'll have to pick one up.
Yeah, we got to stop picking on Frank. We got to start picking on Bone a little bit. But
All
there's
right.
nothing to pick about. Bone still, Bone
hey,
still looks rock and roll.
Well,
Yeah. Not us. Well, no, you're still bringing the party back and on your collar. So
you love the.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it hasn't fallen out yet, man.
See?
I got lucky.
I'm
right.
I look the same as I did here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there it is.
Oh, look at
There's the
that.
Manslaughter days. Look at that.
So-
handsome lad.
21-year-old kid right there. Woo, the Manslaughter guys.
A lot of
Yeah.
props.
I know he
Yeah,
brought all the
He did.
props.
Dude,
That's
I did
awesome.
some research here. I got notes, guys.
There you go.
Oh, look at this. He's got notes.
Hey, fuckface.
I got dates here for you, Mike. I got something for you. First time at the Lost Horizon. Can
Yeah.
I give you this one?
Go ahead.
I don't mean to deviate the conversation.
No, this. You
No,
know
this
what?
is-
If we were sitting around a campfire right now,
Yeah, this would be the.
this would be the conversation. That's what this
All right.
show's about. We're
That's-
shooting the shit, and people want to hear a little bit about the stuff that didn't happen on stage. But we will ask you a couple things
Oh yeah.
about
okay.
your
That's
stage
cool.
life, both of you.
Well,
Yeah.
Frank won't like this. This does have something to do with Frank, myself, and Mike. But Frank won't like it very much. He probably is still holding a grudge over this one.
We know what's coming.
Yeah, you know what's coming.
He already knows.
He knows. November 18th. I looked this up. I did research, guys. November 18th, 1983. First time I ever stepped foot in the Lost Horizon. And that was for Mike. Do you know?
We went and saw Twisted Sister,
Yep.
and according to our friend who embellishes a lot, after the show, we hung out in the. Actually, he unfriended me, so fuck him. Randy, Randy Barrington.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Then went the next day to tell everybody that John and I
yeah.
and John Malia, who was with us, and who else was with us? Was there a fourth?
No, that was it.
It was just the
I
three
don't
of us.
think honestly, I don't think Little John was there, man. I think it was just the three of us.
I
He
thought
was
Little John-
at the picture. He was at when we met the band.
He was at 95X. Yes, I wasn't. In fact, my first autograph from D was like, "Hey, Mike, where the fuck are you, D. Schneider?" And that you guys brought that back to me. And then later that night, we went to the Lost Horizon, and we were forced to sit at the table and don't move
Really?
under any circumstance. Yeah, we were, what, 15?
Oh,
15,
16?
Yeah.
that's what. Yeah, that's why. Okay.
Yeah.
Your dad got us in, Mike,
Yep.
because I think he knew Greg Italiano.
He knew Tony. He knew Greg's father.
Yeah,
Yes.
somebody who worked there.
Yep.
And because I remember I don't know how it happened. I really don't, because we met him at 95X. Then we went back to Frank's house, I think, and we were just all freaking giddy, man. We were like, couldn't believe we met these guys.
And this is
then-
before this was Under the Blade.
Yeah,
No, you can't stop rock and roll.
right. It was before Stay Hungry. The big
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
short
Okay.
videos and before they got real big.
Okay.
And so I got a call from, I think, Randy, and he said, "Do you want to go see Twisted Sister?"
My
You know,
family
this
just
was
bought the
2 hours
Lost
away.
Horizon.
And I'm like, "Yeah." I go, "Why? How can we get in?" And he goes, "Well, I talked to Mike, and he said his dad knows somebody who works there and can get us in." Hell yeah, of course. And I thought we're all going to go, but I don't know what happened with Frank, but it ended up just being the three of us.
Yeah, how did that happen, Frank?
My mother wouldn't let me go.
That's right.
Well,
Pretty.
you can't be mad at us then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Frank's
I was
not
like-
going. We're not going. Yeah, bullshit. We're going. Sorry, Frank.
That's all right. We got who else? Didn't it like Dave Ciamaro go down there with us at 95X?
Yes.
Who else
Yeah,
was-
he's in the picture. Yeah.
Yeah, I have that picture somewhere.
I
Yep.
thought.
I'm surprised
Where's
the
the
prop
prop?
guy doesn't have it.
Yeah, you don't have it, prop guy?
No, prop guy doesn't have it. No, I got it on my phone, but no
I do-
pictures, no physical pictures here. No.
Okay.
I got
yeah.
D. Snyder's headband he gave me.
Do you really?
Yeah, I still have that. Yeah.
Impressive.
I'm keeping the DNA in case we need to clone another one.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, he is
That
getting
was
up there in
impressive.
age.
Yeah, right?
You guys brought me a shirt.
We did.
We did.
That's
Yes.
cool.
The pink
Like-
muscle shirt, I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's when they were selling the 3/4 length sleeve shirts, the baseball kind of
Yes.
Yeah.
3/4 length sleeve twist. Yeah, concert shirts.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like yeah.
Like,
yeah.
like the one
Yeah,
Frank,
yeah.
Frank,
Like,
the,
yeah.
Frank the Dick can still fit in his fucking high school clothes since he lost all that weight that time. So, yeah, prick, yeah.
I think the only
I still have my baby weight.
baseball shirt I ever bought was
Cheap Trick.
Dockin.
Dockin.
They came to the War Memorial
You're just
with
breaking those chains.
with Sammy Hagar, and they were on their Tooth and Nail tour.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, that
I
Lost
love
Horizon
those
night was a surreal night. And like I said, according to the Embelisher, we did a lot more than we even thought we did.
This is news to me, Mike. I would
Yeah.
love to know what else we did.
Did he join Twisted Sister that evening?
No, later on he joined Warrant.
I know. So he says.
Didn't he give AJ Perro, the drummer, drum lessons?
He
there?
taught him, yes. Taught him how to match
I
grip
can't
the
remember,
drumsticks.
Okay.
Something. Yes, a pair of Randy, the Embellisher's drumsticks.
The Embelisher. We're just going to call him the Embelisher from now on.
Embellisher? Okay. Hey,
Yeah.
I don't want to badmouth, but I'll go along with this.
Yeah. Embellisherington. Embellisherington. Hey, he unfriended me. Gloves are off.
Yeah?
Why?
I don't know.
We got to find out.
Well, he's probably mad at me because I fibbed about something. Oh, no, wait. No, that'd be. Never mind. Anybody in our circle of friends, Billy Johnson's fucking dying right now. He's like,
Mike, one of the funniest things I ever saw on Facebook, and I didn't want to bring this up, but okay, here's the can of worms, man. It's opened up. But
Here it comes.
you posted a picture of yourself. I think it was like a profile picture or something, and you were singing. It was like you were
Right.
on stage, and you had a laminate around your neck. I don't know if you remember this. About a year ago. Yeah.
Wait a minute. The laminate is on my wall behind me.
Yeah, you know where.
It is.
It's that show on the poster behind Jeff's head. We were playing at the flat track races out in Weedsport, and that was our biggest show. We had 5,000 people there.
Well, actually, ESPN was there too to film it.
Yeah, but wait, I know where he's going with
That's
this.
great.
Okay.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, we didn't make
No,
these.
but anyways, yeah, no. And
I know where you're going with this because of my comment.
Do you want me to?
Yes, yes.
Keep going with it.
This is fucking hilarious. I love myself.
So of course, people are making comments, and 99% of them are positive. Well, here comes the embellisher, and he breaks Mike's balls about having. Well, you got to have some crack about the laminate. You got it because he was basically like saying, "Is that really necessary? Like, what?
Right.
What are
Oh,
you,
wow.
a poser? He was calling you a poser,
was.
really."
Right.
And it was
Mike,
necessary.
Mike's comeback was great, and he's like, "Well, at least it was a legitimate laminate."
And
that's
And
when
Randy, he goes, how many have you printed out at home? How many dozen have you printed out at home? You know what I mean? Like, and man, that shut him right down.
Oh, yeah.
That was great. I don't remember the exact wording, but man, I laughed my ass off at that.
Well, here's what's best because that picture got posted. He busted my balls, and 3 days later, was it Johnson and I went to see Steel Panther at Del Lago, and I had just gotten this pissing match with the Embelisher, and around the fucking corner comes him, and I'm like, oh boy, here we go. He's like, hey man, I was just kidding you. I'm like, you're a dick. And that's why I called you out. And Johnson's just like, I'm walking away. I'm walking away. So
I wanted to like that comment so bad, but I didn't want to get in the middle of it. I'm not like a drama guy, but man, that was
Right.
funny. So, that was
Well, we've seen it. I might have commented. Was it about a year?
about a little over a year ago. Yeah, you know what? Frank's gonna fucking look it up. And then he's gonna say something. It's like Frank commented on something from a year and a half ago. Dude, I will applaud you if you do that.
Laminate. That's beautiful.
I am an asshole. So, but you know what? We were told we had to wear those.
Yeah, we did.
All day.
Yeah.
Because it was our only way to get around the track.
Yep.
And
I've had shows like that.
Yeah.
Not as big, but I mean, I've had shows where you had to wear them.
we had no
we
had no business playing that fucking show whatsoever. A friend of mine ran a Harley shop up in toward Watertown.
Yeah.
And he got the call from the people that run the Daytona 500 that said, "Do you know any bands in the area we could have play the flat track race?" And he called me, and I get this call from the Daytona 500 LLC or whatever.
Yeah.
And how much you guys want? And I hit him as high as I thought we should get paid. And he's like, "Oh, God, that's no problem." I was like, fuck. Should have
went higher.
But that was that and the 2 gigs up at SU that paid us big money. And we got the VIP treatment with the fucking, we got our own box for the football game. And yeah, it was pretty cool. Yeah.
They started doing bands in the quad before the game. And the drummer we had at the time knew one of the guys at SU and was like, dude, I can get you guys in there. I'm looking for a band anyway. And he did. And that's how we ended up with it.
Well, a lot of bands couldn't do it because we had insurance.
Yes.
We actually had a rider in case we played a bigger venue because we had to have it for that fast track.
Yep.
Flat track race.
Yeah.
So they kept going to other bands, and they're like, well, we don't have insurance on the band. Why the fuck would we have that?
Right.
And our drummer owned his own business, so he put a rider, DR rider, he put a rider on his policy to cover us. So, again,
That's great.
2 more shows we had no business playing.
No kidding.
I've been playing like 35 years, shows.
Yeah.
And I don't think I've had one rider, guys. So that's
so
good for you guys, man.
Yeah.
I mean, that's awesome. That's great.
We got fed a lot of food.
They were
able
they were able to give it, like the first time we did it, they were able to give us just a regular suite, and you go in and you hang out and you eat whatever
they put
out, and you drink on them. Everything's on them. And the second time we did it, we got the VIP suite, which is like 4 suites in one.
Yeah, we were hanging out with guys that played in the Super Bowl from what, the Eagles, I think?
No, it was.
Oh, well, I don't know.
It was the day I stuck my foot in my mouth with him.
Oh, the walk-on. Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah. But he played for the Baltimore Ravens and got a Super Bowl win with them. But he played at SU as well.
Yeah, he had a ring the size of this microphone.
Yeah.
You know, he was a big boy.
And I asked him, I'll tell the story. Screw it. I asked him. I said, "Did you retire?" And he said, "Yeah." And I said, "So you weren't like that guy that was playing with the Buffalo Bills who retired at halftime?" And his wife or girlfriend, whichever it was standing next to him. She starts laughing and she goes, "Oh my God!" She goes, "That's like his best friend." And I'm like, "Oh shit."
Yeah, Jeff's like, you weren't like that, dick, were you?
Yeah.
It's like, well, yeah, let me get him on the phone, and you can tell
Hold
him
on a
that there,
second.
mullet boy.
Yep,
He'll
you
be
can have at
dragging
it.
you all over the fucking place.
Oh man.
Yep.
I was like,
Just trying to make small talk, man.
His name was Arthur Jones.
Yeah.
Remember.
Mrs. Jones's son.
Yeah, me and
the whole thing had to be surreal then.
It was until our
Time.
bass player at the time,
yeah.
the fucking the
Oil can.
what do you call it? The Tin Man that he never moved in the corner. You know how those bass players are.
Yeah, they're terrible. Man.
He's over there with his girlfriend, and they're like looting the place.
Yeah.
They're like, there's a whole bunch of like SU shit in these drawers. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? He's like stuffing her purse full of like SU.
There were laminates
Just
and
dumb
stuff
shit.
like that. Yeah.
I think Randy had him to get it. The Embelisher needed it so he could make SU backstage passes.
Yep.
Get all the laminates you can get.
Playboy laminates.
Oh, dude, we could have this whole show about.
I know. I didn't want to go this way, but I couldn't help it. Man.
Listen, I'd rather not.
You're bringing out the best in me, Mike.
The Gerber baby.
The Gerber baby. Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh God, that's right. I forgot about the Gerber baby. See, nobody knows what we're talking about. Oh God,
man, that's funny.
You know what we need to do? We need to go to Carmela's and go there for happy hour.
Man,
no tip wrap.
That'd be great. No, that'd be great.
No tip wrap. Hit it.
The Gerber baby. Wow.
No tip.
That's a good one.
Nada. Nothing.
That's
Zilch.
it.
He was a Gerber baby.
Oh my God!
I can't do it.
Frank's got the whole treasure trove of all the bullshit. I mean, if the government is trying so hard to track down these 50 guys that lied, they would best be suited to find the original Embelisher.
Yeah, right.
He started right here.
I mean,
no, guys, you don't really have to go there.
Right.
You could just tell people you did.
I mean,
Good point.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah, my grandfather painted the Sistine Chapel. That's my uncle's finger pointing to God. That's him.
That's him. Yep.
Yes, it was. I was there.
See, God said so.
Here we go. Once again.
Okay, so let's get back. Let's put the wheels back on.
Yeah, shall we? Yeah.
So
that's a rabbit hole, man. That's a deep rabbit hole,
it's
man.
Such
we better back it up a little bit.
But that's okay. We can
Well,
move on.
what you guys don't know is that I have him in the waiting room, and I'm bringing him on now to answer for his crime. So let me. No.
Yeah.
Then the vet.
Uh-oh.
Send the vet.
That's what he said.
No, in the vet.
In the vet.
Oh, maybe Bill Johnson knows about that. Never mind.
In the vet. Yeah.
No, he pulled up to a party and he left something in the vet.
The Corvette.
And he kept every 5 minutes. That's in the vet. I left it in the vet. And the premise is he wanted to make sure everybody knew that he had his vet with him.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
The car.
Yeah.
The Corvette.
The vet.
Yep.
What we didn't realize that he wasn't lying. He had his veterinarian that takes care of his gerbil, probably sitting out in his Impala. Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Oh shit!
And John just disappeared.
Oh, there he is. There he is.
She came down to say hi.
Yeah.
There you go.
Nice.
Everybody's got to brag about their pussy, about their cat.
Well, yeah, I'm a single guy. That's all I get right there. Anyways.
There isn't any peanut butter in your house, is there?
What? No comment. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
What's this podcast rated, by the way? I mean, how far can we go with this? I don't know.
It's explicit.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can say fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, there isn't anything we don't say.
Right.
You know,
Right.
I mean, we could even tell a joke like, "What's the difference between an onion and a hooker?"
Yeah.
People cry when you chop up an onion.
Ah.
That's good.
All right.
I'll type it out for you, Frank. I'll send it to you so you can read it and figure it
Thanks.
out. Yeah. So getting back to the
yeah, please shout. Can we?
Getting back to the music. Let's get back to the music. Frank, John, and John. Meow. See how he nuzzles that?
I know.
He's making a bunch of people jealous right now.
He is too.
It's going to get real weird in here in a minute.
Don't make me go get my dog.
It's Chihuahua.
Oh, jeez.
Nobody's got a Chihuahua. They swam across the river and they're living somewhere else now.
Right.
Yeah. So Frank, John, and John, you put out all these CDs, and Frank, you're at that time you're learning to play more and more because you just kind of taught yourself, right?
John, you want to tell them the story, or because you're a better storyteller? Go ahead. About how we both learned how to play guitar.
Yeah. Well, I started taking lessons at 10 in North Syracuse. I can't remember the name of the place.
Allegro or DeSantis?
Yeah, it was the place across a kitty corner to like Goldberg's, and there was a bank right next door, an M&T. I think it was it Allegro Music. I can't.
It might have been
remember.
Allegro.
I can't remember. Buzz Cool was the guy's name. He was. He's in the Syracuse, and he got a Sammy. He's in like the Syracuse Hall of Fame.
Rick Cool was played in the Outlaws.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. Rick Cool was his son. He played in the Outlaws, and he plays in a Christian band now. Anyways, I started taking lessons at 10, but he was old school, so I learned how to read music. I was playing "Mary Had a Little Lamb" from staff music, which is not what I wanted to do. You know what I mean? I wanted to play Kiss songs, of course. You know, it's 1977, 78. And I'm all about, I'm getting into rock and heavier rock like Cheap Trick and Kiss and Van Halen and stuff like that.
Cheap Trick.
I wanted to start playing riffs, but I had to suffer through 2 or 3 years of staff music. But the guy was great, though. I love the guy. And anyway, shortly after I started taking lessons, Frank went to the same, he's like, "Oh, you're taking?" Frank and I used to hang out every day. So he signed up, took lessons there as well. So that's sort of where we got our start of, playing, getting our, hands around the instrument, so to speak.
Okay.
That didn't sound good, but anyways, yeah. So that's where that kind of started, and then Frank and I just screwed around, doing the Frank, John, and John thing, at his mother's house, just goofing around with a tape recorder, writing songs and being, goofy songs, and then at some point, no, actually, one of the first bands I was in. Okay, real quick, I was 14 or 15. And Randy said, "You want to come over?" I mean,
I remember that.
Yeah, that guy. Okay, he's
the Embelisher. That guy, the Embelisher.
I catch the Embelisher. Thank you. You want to come over and check out my band? My band's gonna jam. I go, okay, yeah, absolutely. At 14, I'm all in, man. Yeah. So his little bedroom. I don't know if you were ever there, Mike.
Dude, oh no, I was there with Tommy Giussini singing.
Yes. Okay, you were there.
Yeah. There was like 11 of us packed in that tiny little fucking bedroom with his double bass kit.
And it's funny, again, back to you guys. Bill Berry was in the band.
Yep.
And Darren Scott was in the band.
Right.
Yes. So that's when I first met Darren, which he comes into the picture a little bit later.
Aha.
Jesus Christ, he's got the Belladonna.
Yeah.
Did you play with Belladonna?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, you played with Belladonna? No shit. Okay, I didn't know that.
We haven't hung out in a while, but yeah. So that's where I met Darren. I met Bill Berry, and so they jammed. It was great. I loved it as a kid. It was the first time I heard like a loud, really loud band, music instruments right in my face,
Dude,
And,
the bedroom was
but they
smaller
needed-
than this room.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, little tiny cape, one of them like
Yeah.
what they call plantation houses.
Yeah.
But according to him, it was one of 30 that his parents owned, and they owned all
Yeah,
the
here we go.
Hooters from Florida to Alaska.
Here we go.
Yeah, but the bedroom was this big. But yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Jeez.
No, that's okay. That's okay. So they needed a bass player. Now I had been taking guitar lessons, and I so desperately wanted to get into a band. I said, well, I play guitar. I could probably play bass. I mean, if I can play chords, I can play single notes, certainly.
Oh, he sacrificed himself.
Well, I mean, this is my 14-year-old brain working, right? I just wanted in. So I went out and bought a bass for like $150, $200. And I showed up the next week or whenever they practiced the next time. And I learned 2 or 3 songs. The first song I ever played in a band was Switch 625 by Def Leppard.
Def Leppard, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So the bass line was literally like 4 notes. You know what I mean? So that's all I had to learn, right? And man, I was so jacked about that. That was so fun. I'm playing with Darren and Bill, and it's loud, and I'm like, wow, I'm in a band, Well, we practiced, I think, twice, maybe 3 times, and then the whole thing just fizzled, and it was everybody left one by one. So I was like, damn it, man, I got a bass, and I'm not in a band. What am I? So I went back to the music shop. They were nice enough. They gave me a little bit of the money back, and I sold my bass back to the music shop. Years later, I bought another one and got in, to Mannslaughter. But that was my first sort of time I jammed. The first song I played with like a real, other musicians and stuff like that. So that was pretty cool.
Right.
I mean, it's a fun memory. But man, that room was so small.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, I think I was right up against Randy's cymbals, like right here on my arm, and I'm just trying to stay out of everybody's way. And it was just,
People were like, the singer had to stand on the bed.
Yeah.
Because there was no place for him to stand.
Oh, my God.
Bill Berry, I think I don't know if he was sitting on Randy's dresser. I mean, it was, So,
lovely.
And Bill is not much different than Bill was back then. I think the hair was still the same. He just moved here from California, and he had that whole California cool dude vibe.
Okay.
And Randy, whatever he wanted, his parents just was like, I guess we don't eat this week because Randy wants a new drum set. So, boom.
Yeah.
I mean, when they cashed in some bear bonds that they had from their kingdom in Nigeria,
there's a theme here.
This whole show is going to be based on the lies we've lived. I mean, lives.
Oh my God!
It's the thread that's going to run through the whole thing.
Yeah,
man.
it's a thread that keeps going. I mean, we've got 50 years worth of shit we could talk about.
Just
so
keep pulling at that thing, man.
Yeah, and then
great.
like next week we'll bring Billy Johnson on and be like, "Tell us about the lies. Tell us about the Shy Gun lies." So Frank, what about you, man? Tell us your bass history, your musician history when you used to have hair.
Well, that was the Shy Gunz was the first band, for about 10 seconds. But
hey, you played 100 kegger.
Yeah.
Who was your manager?
I was gonna mention that.
Jesus, come on.
I think we had to sign paper.
I still hold a contract. You still owe me 10% of everything you've made in life up until now.
He can't even talk about it.
Talk. I didn't even get free fish when he was a monger.
Well,
come on, fish boy, spit it out.
Shy Gunz was actually probably John Hamilton's favorite band that I was in. Correct?
Yeah, sure.
Because we were
yeah, sure.
Because we were so raw and we had no idea what we were doing, but we got gigs. We played out. We did some cool covers. We did a Ramones cover. We beefed up like an REO song. It was mostly originals back then. You guys obviously exact opposite now.
Right.
It's all
Oh, is it ever?
But back then we did throw in some cool covers, and back then the 80s bands or the I guess it was the 90s by the time it was like 1990 when I joined a band, I think.
Yep. It was 1990.
Quote unquote glam bands or whatever you want to call us. They were all doing covers. If you did covers, you do a cover of another glam band. I thought we did some cool covers, like a Ramones cover, or we did like a mainstream, like a Journey or REO Speedwagon, kind of beef it up a little bit. So that was kind of cool. Then it was basically the same people, and then we got Bratz and Blondes together, and that was pretty cool. We switched singers a couple times, and I joined Sleaze for about 10 minutes with it, which was pretty interesting. Couple really cool.
Sleaze.
They got along great with the Mannslaughter guys because they practiced at Albino's, and they would come down, and there's some good stories there. They were really cool guys. I don't know. Did you know any of them, Mike?
Oh, God, yes. I was with you jackass.
Okay. Well,
we were doing space helmets in the Manslaughter room. Come on.
Space helmets, dude.
Dude.
Wait. I can't talk about space helmets.
Yes, you can.
Because if my mother sees this is not.
Mary's not going to watch this.
Okay,
No.
I don't. Guys,
Mary's pretty.
I really don't. So somebody's got to tell me what it is.
Yeah, no
John,
kidding.
John never partook in these.
Okay,
Right.
I got you.
You want me to explain?
I have explained actually what a space helmet was on this show. We were talking about with Ian Bagg. We talked about it. Ian Bagg's a comedian from like Netflix and stuff. We had him on the show a couple, and he was the reason we started doing Zoom.
Yeah.
And we were talking about Matt's beer balls, and he goes, "Well, people used to make lamps out of it. Lamps. Yep. We used to make fucking helmets. We cut the base off, put a towel around her neck, punch a hole in it, put that helmet on, and then shotgun the bowl because it's legal now. Shotgun the bowl into the helmet, and you just stayed in there till you just forgot your fucking name.
Basically, anyone that walked in the room 5, which was our room at Albino's.
Yeah.
That was sort of like the christening. That's your
rite of passage.
Rite of passage. Like, yeah, you had to do. So I'm pretty sure Frank was involved in that. It's just doesn't remember that.
Frank did
probably
too many hits apparently.
Did you even smoke dope back then?
I wasn't really my thing, but I probably a couple hundred times. But
he partaked in the partook in the festivities.
Well, yeah, he liked the devil's lettuce.
Oh, the hippie lettuce.
Yeah, I upgraded from the lettuce to the dandruff, and that's when all this shit happened. It was terrible.
So you went skiing?
Yeah. Unfortunately, yeah. Well, I'm not afraid to say it, but
leave my dandruff alone.
Okay, God doesn't want to start talking about the dandruff.
No dandruff.
Okay. Well, that's how I got to meet all of Randy's other friends, like Rags and Stomper. I don't want to say the names.
Yeah, man. I love that guy, man.
Stomper?
He's great. Yeah, Willie?
Yeah. Have you seen Willie lately? He looks like Abraham Lincoln. He's got the worst
see pictures online. I haven't physically hung out with him in a couple of years.
I was with him last Thursday, and he's letting the beard grow and go gray.
Okay.
I didn't even recognize him. I thought I was being attacked by Abe Lincoln.
Oh, nice.
I said, "What the fuck is on your face?" She's like, "I'm letting it go." I'm like, "You look like shit. You look like you're 90 fucking years old. Shave that stupid thing off your face."
Way to be friendly, Mike.
We were at bike night out at Syracuse watching Dangerous Type. So, yeah.
Bill's a good dude.
Great dude. He is great dude. He just built a studio down in his basement, and he's gearing up to start writing a bunch of songs that will never leave the basement. So,
so when they bulldoze it, when he's dead, the tapes will still be there.
Yeah. What is this? This is the Lost Beatles tapes. Then they'll play.
Oh, jeez.
Philly tapes.
They'll be like, "What the fuck is this? This song's called I Hung Out with Metallica. This is cool."
I hung out with Metallica.
Yeah, this album's called The Embelisher. What is this over here?
Oh, here we go. Wait.
All right, prop guy's back.
Okay.
Nice.
Last time I hung out with Bill, he gave me this for my birthday. We hung out at my 50th birthday. He showed up and brought me some gifts.
No shit.
Nice.
Yep. And I'm a sentimental fool. I never throw anything out. So if you ever gave me anything, Mike, I probably still have it.
So you still have herpes?
Yeah, that's the gift that keeps giving.
Frank knew right exactly. Frank's like, look, he's about to say something, and I know what he's going to say.
Dude, I set you up nice for that
You
one.
did.
So
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
you're
you.
welcome.
I still have the sore on the inside of my lip.
Well,
Why doesn't that surprise me?
He's a good kisser.
Is he?
Yeah.
Nice. Good for you.
And the last three people just turned the radio off. So now we can move on.
all right. Now we can really.
I noticed you're wearing a Kiss shirt. Wayne Johnson would be very proud of you.
No,
Not
Bill
just a
Ali
Kiss
would be
shirt,
very
dude.
proud of
Come
him
on.
too.
The
Look,
man.
Wayne Johnson.
Ace Frehley solo album.
Oh God.
That's my favorite rock album.
Did you have you listened to our 11-hour Wayne Johnson interview?
I've heard bits and pieces. Yeah.
Well, there's lots of bits and pieces.
I've heard bits and pieces. I've also heard other. I think it's that Chillin' with Rick guy there. I heard some of that too when Wayne was on it. That was like a.
Oh, when
20
Wayne
hour
was on
interview.
his.
Oh,
Yeah,
what-
that was 3 hours.
Yeah, that was a day and a half, I think, when Wayne was on that one.
Oh,
the
man.
one-
Go ahead, Frank. You cut out.
Oh, I was just saying that it's the one that never ended.
Yes.
So yeah,
Yeah, Rick.
it kept trying to end, but it just never.
So
never
Rick
seemed
is
to work.
Rick is on our show next week. We pre-recorded next week because I've got to be out of town for work, and
Yep.
I remember Rick saying he goes, I had to
did.
kick him off because he wouldn't stop. He wouldn't stop the interview.
Right. And we tried several times because Mike looked at me at one point and he goes, "You're getting us out
Oh
of
yeah,
this."
yeah. There was we didn't have video then, and I was
Right.
like this. I took my hat off, and I looked at him. I muted my microphone. I says, "You're getting us out of this one."
And I tried
We couldn't do it.
several times until Mike finally was like, "This dude's got to go."
Well, no, his stories were interesting.
They were.
and
Yeah.
No, they were.
He could have a bronze medal in some of the stuff that some of the other guy had, but
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, he's got a million stories because he's constantly promoting himself. So God bless him for doing it.
He is.
But like these two guys have got a million stories too, but
We only have
They
so
don't-
much memory.
they don't have 7 Facebook pages to tell everybody.
No. Please. God.
Fishmongerfrank.com.
Fish.
I don't like hambone.com.
Right.
Johnny and his cats.com.
Johnny is cats.
Oh,
the
nice.
catsmeow.com. Yeah.
Cats meow. Yeah,
That's
a good
right.
one.
Cats meow.
Cats me if you
Can I use
can.
that?
Yeah.
I'd like to use
Cats,
that.
cats me if you can.
Cats me if you can.
Nice. Oh,
We've got a lot of catting up to do.
Oh,
Hey, I'm writing these down here.
This
guys.
is next band's name.
yeah,
Yeah.
catting up.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, thank you.
Cats
With
of
the
Nine
cats
Tails.
back in.
He's a Cats of Nine Tails.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
No, Wayne's one
album.
of my oldest friends. I mean, I think Frank, we probably met him when we were 13 or 14. Solid guy. Solid,
Why he ended up doing what he was doing is because of us two, because he hung out with us when we were younger.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, actually it is. And you guys
Yeah,
got
see-
him into Kiss, I think.
Oh, yeah. McGuilty. That's us. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're the reason.
Mannslaughter on the podcast and just said, I was hanging around with these guys and I decided, and he's his words, so I'm not picking on him. He's like, he was this goofy kid with a bowl haircut, and he said that in the podcast, so I'm not picking on him.
Right.
And he just was hanging out with us, and we were a little. This says a lot. We were a little cooler than he was, which is not anything to write home about.
Okay.
Oh boy.
All right. I'm going to paint this picture.
Here we
It's a
go.
low bar. That's a very
Yeah,
low
right.
bar.
Have you
I'm
guys ever watched the Goldbergs?
No.
Shit. There's a character on the Goldbergs that hangs out with Adam Goldberg, and his name is Dave Kim.
Okay.
And he's like an Asian guy with a bowl cut. And the first I saw that, I was like, slight resemblance to the young Wayne Johnson. till Wayne grew his hair, and then he was the tallest long-haired dude in the county, I think. I mean,
Right.
so, yeah. This whole time, I thought he was American Indian. I guess I'm wrong. So,
No, we were both wrong on that.
Yeah.
Yep. I went over his house one day after school, and I brought a couple of Kiss albums, and that, I swear, was the beginning of
The beginning of the
where it is
end.
now.
Go ahead, play it,
That's
pal.
true.
First one's free. Now put on your.
No, and it's kind of cool. I mean, him and we joke about it. I'm like, I think I created a monster. You know what I mean? Like he just took it and ran with it, man. And I remember he used to come to our shows, the Mannslaughter shows. I'd look out and I'd see him and Chris Quinn, which I don't know if you know Chris Quinn, great guy. And they started a band together, but they went to a lot of our shows and they were kind of checking it out and seeing how it all worked and taking it all in. And my cat's acting up here a little bit. Sorry, I gotta
Hairball.
There you go. She's getting a little feisty.
She wants horror for
But
attention.
anyways, yeah. So Wayne's such a great guy. But you're right. He's done so much. He, with the acting and the music and everything else, that he's got a zillion stories. And
Right, and that's what I'm trying to say. At least the stories he tells, he was really there. He never tells anybody he was drumming for Kiss,
Right.
or I mean playing guitar for Kiss.
Nobody.
Yeah,
He wasn't. He didn't replace Paul Stanley.
right.
Right. He just wants to be Paul Stanley. And
That
I'll
is-
tell you that.
That is no lie.
Oh yeah.
Because
Oh yeah.
I was working for a sound company at one point, and we ended up doing sound for Caroline Blue, and they did I think it was a Kiss tribute night or whatever.
Over 1 million copies sold in Europe alone.
Right.
Boxcar Willie.
And he got up there, and he was dressed like Paul Stanley, and he had all the moves, everything.
All the raps.
Yes.
Songs. All
Yep.
that. Yeah.
Yes.
I've seen it. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, wow.
He had all the stage patter, all the moves.
Yes.
All the everything. Yeah. Yep.
Well,
That's
Frank
the
used
one.
Frank used to do that.
Frank
Well,
had moves?
Frank used to do.
And I remember, I'm just going to be honest, I remember picking on him. I remember watching Wayne, and then I'd turn to the person next to me and say, you know what? Paul Stanley can barely get away with being Paul Stanley. I can't believe he's really doing this. Not that
Right.
he didn't, but the point is, have your own persona. That's kind of what I was, and he wanted to be Paul Stanley. And it's not that he did a bad job. It's just Paul Stanley's persona is kind of weird,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and you know what I mean? But it's a weird. Paul is really, I don't want to say goofy, but you know what I mean.
I do.
And there's only one Paul.
Yes.
And
McCartney.
So if you're going to do a
Okay.
thing and makeup, but that's one thing. But if you're going to be playing Carolyn blues songs and acting like Paul Stanley, I thought that was kind of weird.
Yes.
But, I'm not trying to. I guess I am picking on him, but
Don't be surprised if you see a very tall, angry man at your front door
Yeah,
down
no
in
kidding.
Florida. You think you're safe because you're down there, but we're going to give him your address.
But I never said he did a bad job. He does a great.
No, he does.
He does. Actually,
Yeah,
he
does.
sounds when he sings. He's got a good voice.
He does.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Speaking of Paul Stanley, John Hamilton's going to the final Kiss show at Madison Square Garden, and I'm not.
Look at him shaking his head. He's like, that's me.
Jealous.
Just one more show that you get left at home.
I know. That's
You know
pretty.
why?
Big, that's a pretty big deal. I'm very envious.
You know why, right? It's because I'm in New York and you're in Florida. That's why I'm going.
With
Yeah.
your brother.
Yeah. Well, guess what? Frank
Oh,
is
that
going.
too.
Frank is going to the last Neil Sedaka show. The last
God.
Neil Sedaka show in Zephyr Hills.
Listen, God bless him.
Yep, I'm going to go to the final Kiss show. I think the final show. That's what they say. but
It
we'll
will
see.
be. I think it will be.
They got to, man. They got to.
I mean, they started this tour back in 2000.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
They
Right,
did.
Right.
This one is really it,
Right.
motherfuckers. If you saw the movie,
who
saw the movie Rockstar.
Of course.
So what's going to happen? is Wayne is going to be in the front row.
Oh, no.
Paul's going to look down and be like, "Want to sing, kid?" And Wayne's going to jump up, and he is going to be the new singer of Kiss. Yeah, that's right. Paul 2.0. See? This is how it's going to happen. And then we're going to feel like dicks because he will not join the podcast again.
And he won't give us laminates because
Randy hasn't made them for him.
The Embelisher.
Randy hasn't made them yet. Yes. I mean, yes.
I remember the first ones he made.
Here we go.
He tried to get into Iron Maiden.
No.
And he made press passes that said OCC on it.
OCC.
Iron Maiden, and he goes in the back door with this pass that says press pass on communication, WOCC. The guy's like, what the fuck is that? Out.
I never heard that story.
I mean,
yeah.
Awesome.
It was awesome.
I mean, I'd have to dig it up, but I know I have it somewhere at the house. I actually went with a guy from the radio station in college.
Were you dating or you just went with him?
No, jackass.
Oh, I didn't know where you were going with that.
Well,
I mean,
Don't ask, don't tell.
right. He interviewed a couple of guys from Iron Maiden, and I ended up going with him.
Randy?
No.
Oh. I say, wow, you're even believing your own lies.
No.
Holy shit.
Jesus, no.
Somebody call.
No.
Oh, sorry. Okay, so I'm going to ask this. This is the part where we always ask,
Oh,
Frank,
here it comes.
most embarrassing moment ever playing a show. And we're starting with you, Frank. So, John, start thinking of your answer.
Well, this is kind of a weird one because of. Well, I think it was LA Gunz that. This is back in the day. Nobody had cell phones, so if a band canceled, you wouldn't know sometimes, and the crowd would already be there.
Right.
So the place was packed, and this is when I was in Sleaze, and they asked us to play, and we didn't have our quote unquote stage clothes with us.
Oh, boy.
So the band played in their underwear. And the embarrassing part for me was because I have such low self-esteem, I refused to play in my underwear, so I look like an oddball. And I know that's a really stupid – it sounds stupid, but I was so embarrassed because – not because I could care less. I could walk around in my underwear right now. I wouldn't care. But I cared when I was younger, and I just had really low self-esteem, and there's like hundreds and hundreds of people. And the pack lost their eyes, and I'm like, I'm not taking – my pants off and playing on stage, and the rest of the band, of course, they didn't care.
Because Frank's legs would look like he had fur chaps on. That's why.
Yeah, or dirty underwear.
Oh, jeez.
But the reason why it was embarrassing is because I was such a wimp and I wouldn't do it. And I've always thought back at that and said, why wouldn't you just do it? I mean, and that was probably. I don't have like a list of like 1,000 shows like Bone has that could, I
Right.
probably played, 50, 100 shows in my life. And that one sticks out because I didn't have enough guts to take my pants off. I mean, and play in my underwear.
So it's pre-Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yeah. Yeah, they started it.
Okay.
Yeah, they were trendsetters.
Yeah.
All right.
They were the Red Knot Chili Peppers.
Ah.
Their own skin than I was. And to me, looking back, that was embarrassing. Do you know what I mean? Does that make sense?
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
Had you followed through, you might have been in Warrant someday.
what could have been?
Yeah.
What could have been?
So
John's
what about
answer's going to be way better than mine. Go ahead.
Well, actually, just a quick follow-up question to your story, Frank. Didn't LA Gunz cancel?
That's what I'm saying. That's why they asked us to play, because we just happened to be there.
Did people start leaving when you guys played, and they realized LA Gunz wasn't there? I don't remember how that worked.
It had already been announced that they weren't playing. They wanted people to stay, so the majority of the people just stayed. I don't know. I don't know if they got their money back. I don't know if they, instead of charging $20, they charged $5 at the door. I don't remember the details, but it was
okay.
nobody went home. You know
Remember,
what I mean?
Greg was running to play, so Greg didn't tell anybody till the last second.
That's probably what it was.
Yeah, and not to mention,
that's true.
but to Frank's credit, Sleaze had a pretty freaking good following. I mean, you guys had big crowds. You figure the Lost Horizon, their fire capacity was 400, and I think the most they'd put in there is be like 1,000, and Sleaze would put 400 people in there. I mean, they packed that place.
No,
definitely not the crowd sizes that Side Effect got later in life.
No. Yeah, we had 4. Well, no, we didn't even have 400 fingers in there at that time. We had 4.
Oh, well, we're counting my parents. Okay, yeah, we did it. We had 4.
We had 4.
That was a big show.
Huge.
So, follow up with your most embarrassing moment, Mr. Hambone.
All right. Well, I have a real one and a okay.
A real one and a fake one.
Wait. Oh. No, wait. Okay, let me just. So, I went with a couple of friends from work. I'm not a big sports guy, but I enjoy a game here and there. They brought me to a Labatt's night to see the Chiefs a couple summers ago, and I went with a Labatt's rep. I work for distributors, so basically free drinks all day, free food, beautiful sunny day. Okay, had a great time. Well, our designated driver wanted to go after the game was over. It was a day game, so it ended, I don't know, 7 or 8, whatever it was, doubleheader, I don't know. But he wanted to go out and see a band play, go out to a bar. So I said, okay, that's cool. I'm I got a nice day drinking, I'm feeling good. Let's go out to a bar. Well, I walked into this bar that I hadn't been in either years or ever. I don't even know. It might be the only time I was in there. And I hear the soothing tones of Big Papa singing when I walk in the door. Now I'm like, wait a minute.
Ooh, Lord.
I walked in on you guys. So
sorry about that.
Waved hello to everybody. Bill Hatch was there. We're all saying our highs. You guys are jamming, sounding great. And Mike motioned up. You weren't. This is recently, Frank. So yeah, Mike motions up, and we're chatting a little between songs, and he showed me the set list. He goes, "You want to do a song with us?" I go, "Yeah, that'd be fun." Now, keep in mind, I've been day drinking all day, and now I'm not sloppy drunk, but I'm buzzed, and I got that beer courage going on there. So I'm like, "Yeah." I go, "Oh, you're doing Detroit Rock City? What else am I gonna do? It's a Kiss song." But yeah, I'll do Detroit Rock City. So the time comes, a couple songs later. I go up to the stage, and it was funny. Like, nobody knew what I was going to do, and I didn't know what I was going to do. So I think your bass player started to take off his bass and hand it to me, but I was like, no, I don't know the song on bass. I'll just sing it. I go, "Is it cool if I sing it, Mike?" Mike's like, yeah, here you go. Here's the mic. So I screwed up the third verse. I had to do the fourth verse twice because I didn't realize in my tipsy state that there's 4 verses, even though Mike had the lyrics right in front of me on like an iPad or something.
Just for you.
Just for me.
Yeah.
And again, this is my favorite band for 50 years. And Detroit Rock City's, I love that song, right? And I mean, I was just hamming it up there. I was having a great time. And you guys sound awesome, by the way. Jeff and all you guys, man, I love those double guitar harmonies, and you guys hit every mark. Now, I don't know if you're a big Kiss fan, but dude, I was loving that.
I'm not.
So embarrassed because the fourth verse comes on. Mike taps me on the shoulder and goes, or the third, I screw up the third verse, and he taps me on the shoulder and goes, and he's pointing to the lyrics.
I'm like,
yeah,
they're right there.
You goofed that up there a little bit, Johnny. I'm like, oh man, shit. So anyways, that was a little embarrassing, but nobody knew except Mike and I.
Was that at the Wildcat?
No, that was at Uriah's.
It was at Uriah's?
I think it was at Uriah's.
Yeah, you guys sounded awesome that night, man. That was.
Oh,
yeah.
Was it? Well, you know what? It might have been Wildcat.
It was the Wildcat. I remember this.
Yeah, it's a big open room. It was a huge.
Okay,
open room.
It's the Wildcat.
It was the Wildcat.
Yes.
Yeah.
We got in trouble. We got trouble.
No, that was just a funny story. I wanted to say.
No, we want to hear the most embarrassing moment.
But Mike,
what
Mike was alluding to is we got in trouble that night.
Dickhead.
Oh.
Because that was our third time playing there.
No, it was our first time playing there.
No, we
Are you
got
sure?
yelled at. The first time we got in trouble because you did the same thing you did this time.
Yeah.
Go ahead, hot shot. That's why we
So-
never played there again, by the way.
So the
Dick.
girl behind the bartender, the girl that was behind the bar, I looked at her and she looked at me, and I'm looking at the top of the bar, and she goes like this, nods her head, and I'm like, okay. So I get up and I'm walking up and down the bar.
We had been given specific instructions. Tell your guitar player not to
Yeah.
fucking walk down the bar anymore because that's not cool.
Yeah, well,
I look over and there he is walking down the bar. I'm like, well, we'll never play here again. And we never did. Yeah.
that's because
was the
we
bar-
came to an end.
Huh?
That it was the bartender's fault, right?
No.
Yes.
No. No,
See?
it was the spider monkey over here. He had to fucking climb up on everything. Because that was
I
his,
did.
that was his
I-
embarrassing moment was
I
when he
did.
climbed up, and we've said this 3 times now on the show, but
Yeah.
when he climbed up on a picnic table at the Flat Rock in front of 5,000 people and could not
Flat
could
track.
not get off the picnic table because it was so rickety it was about
Oh,
to
my
break.
God.
And he's looking at us saying, "Can you guys help me down?" And I'm like, "Fucking die up there, dude.
He goes, you got up there.
You
can
get down." Yeah. Yeah.
Luckily, my wife came over and helped me down.
Yeah. So yeah.
That's so rock and roll, though, man. I love that.
So when you played with Belladonna, how many you did the tour with them?
Actually, the quick story is, I did a tour with him
Mm-hmm.
before he was signed. So we went out and did a self-finance tour on the East Coast for about a month. We did probably 15, 16, 17, 18 shows, something like that. And 2 of those shows, we had 2 different labels show up. I think it was CMC showed up at one and Mausoleum Records showed up at another. And he ended up getting signed to Mausoleum Records because of that, the live performance. And we met all the record execs and all, or the whatever it was, I don't know, whoever, the A&R guys or whatever. But what happened was we had been doing this and then we went in and recorded the CD at Pyramid with Alex Perialis. So that was awesome, man. I mean, talk about just blowing my mind. I loved Anthrax from the day they came out, and
Yeah.
I loved all that shit that came out of Pyramid. You know what I mean? All that early metal stuff and
Rat.
SOD and Testament and Overkill and all those bands. You know what I mean? Like, and here I am there. So, anyways, we did that, and it was a little over a year, and basically, this was all pro bono. Let's put it. I'm trying to be nice about it.
Okay.
So I had a part-time job that went from 35 hours a week down to about 15 to 20 because we were practicing 5 days a week. So I would work like a half a shift in the morning, then go practice the rest of the day, Monday through Saturday, pretty much. Monday through Friday, Monday through Saturday. So I was slowly going broke. My girlfriend wasn't working at the time, or she was working, but very little. So I came to a point where I was running out of money. The phone got shut off. I was behind on my NIMO. It was NIMO at the time. And stupid me, I didn't know what else to do. I go, Joey, I got to catch up on bills. I got to go back to work full time. Less than 24 hours later, I heard through the grapevine, someone called me and said, hey, man, Joey's looking for another bass player. What happened? And I said, really? I go, the dude didn't even give me a chance to catch up on my bills or anything. That's what happened. So I kind of got bumped out of that in a weird miscommunication thing. It was terrible. I hated that. So the band was really cool, man. It was Scott Schrader from Mannslaughter and Darren from Darren from Darren.
Darren from
And,
Darren from Darren.
Oh,
Darren from Darren.
So here it is, a few weeks or a month later, and then I hear they got hooked up with the tour, which was with Motorhead.
Right.
And I missed it by that much, man. And I could have jumped off the nearest bridge. Any bridge you pointed out, I wanted to jump off it for about a year. That was the most disappointing thing in my whole life, that I missed that. I put all that work in, and I missed the Motorhead tour by like that
Right.
much. You know what I mean? Because I tried to do the right thing by catching up with my bills, but Joey was just Joey. And he was like, man, I got to keep this thing rolling. I'm not going to put up with any bullshit. Now, him and I never had a face-to-face conversation about it. It was just, I didn't want to quit the band. I just wanted to go back to work for a while. I couldn't make it to practice as much as he wanted me to be there. You know what I mean? So that's kind of how that happened.
Yeah, but didn't the drummer, and we know the name, I just don't want to exploit it, but didn't he get dropped off halfway through that Motorhead tour?
I don't know how that all went down, to be honest with you. I didn't have a lot of contact with those guys after that.
Yeah.
But I know that he did. He played a lot of shows and with them, and maybe the last few shows. I don't know how that whole thing went down. I've asked him, but he never really.
No, I know the story. I'll tell you the story. I'll tell you the story off air.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you know?
I know the story because he told me when he was doing a duo with him and a guitar player. They played out at the bar I had, and I said, "Whatever happened to that?" And he told me, and he's like, let's put it this way. That's when he quit drinking.
Oh yeah, Joey, dude, he was a recovering.
Yes.
Addict,
Yes.
And he was hardcore zero tolerance, man.
Right.
Like you couldn't have one beer. Again, with riders, you would have pizzas backstage. The bar would be bringing you beers on stage. You couldn't even take a sip, man. Joey would give you the stink eye, the evil. You know, he would no partying.
Yeah.
And here we are. We're in our mid-20s. Like, we're in our prime, and we're like, you know, a well-oiled machine. We practice 6 days a freaking week, you know?
Right. And you're playing with
a couple of beers after the show. But
right.
Nope. But, okay, I can kind of see where you're going with that, Mike.
And you're playing with Joey fucking Belladonna.
Exactly.
And Joey's drink of choice was he'd have a pitcher of like cranberry juice mixed with orange juice and pie. He wanted all juices and shit.
Yeah.
And even when Chief Bigway would play at the bar, Joey'd be like, "Hey, Papa, whip me up some kind of a fruit cocktail." And I'm looking at like pre-court and the bass player, and they're looking at me like, "Yeah, we can't have any drinks." You know, it's like,
same. So the same kind of situation.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
So, but hey,
yeah, I mean, I understand it. Hey, you know, I get it now. You know, with age comes a little more wisdom, and hindsight is 20/20 and all that bullshit. But man, at the time, you know, you just wanted to. Okay, so I see where you're going with Scott. So
Yep.
Yep. But yeah, that was a shame, man. That was such a shame. But I did get a nice CD. Yeah, prop guy. I did get a nice 13-song Pyramid Studios, John Hamilton on bass.
There you go.
Memory out of the whole thing.
Nice.
So at least I got something, right? You know, so.
we're not worthy.
No.
We're. I didn't realize
I can't even believe we're talking to this guy now.
Yeah. Well, you know. Well, he's doing most of the talking.
You guys either.
He's actually doing most of the talking, but
I'm just guys. Come on. I thought you knew, man. I thought you knew I was part of that, Mike.
I did. I knew you were part of it for a hot minute, but I didn't realize as much as you did with it.
Yeah.
So, and I know Darren went on, and then somehow he was gone too. So.
Yeah, Darren said he just got a call one day, and Joey said, "I'm not doing this anymore." And you know, good luck to you.
Well, I think he went back to Anthrax.
It could have been. It could have been something like that. Joey could have had other stuff cooking, you know, behind the scenes that we didn't know about. But that is how it went. I went first, then Scott shortly thereafter, and then Darren hung in there right to the end.
Well, remember, two of our good friends also were part of Dave King.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mike Merrifield.
Mike Merrifield, yeah.
Yep. Also, Jeff Tutora was in the band before we were.
Right.
Oh, okay.
He did the drum. There was demos that I learned all the songs from, and it was Jeff Tutora and I don't know. What's his name? I think Joe Stump was in it for 1 second. I think, but he lived in Boston, so I don't remember. There was a guy who was in the Anthrax camp. He's a great guitar player, and the names escapes me. But he did the demo was basically Paul Crook.
Paul Crook. Okay.
Okay, yeah, you know, okay, good, okay, cool.
Yeah.
So he was like in the Anthrax camp, friends with those guys for years. I guess he was roadie, guitar tech, all that stuff. So he did the guitar and wrote almost all the songs with Joey, and they cut the demo with Paul on guitar and bass, I believe, and Jeff Tutora on drums, I believe. And then Joey would give us the demo to learn the songs from. So it was funny. We were learning the songs from a friend of ours, Jeff Tutora.
Right.
We had all those other bands he was in, you know what I mean?
Right.
So,
And he was in one of the original drummers from Sacred Death, right?
Sacred Death, yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Sacred Death.
And Jeff will be on the show in a couple weeks.
Yep.
Another stellar guy. Man.
Oh,
just
great guy, great drummer.
Unbelievable, yeah. The guy's fantastic. I can't say enough good things about him. I love the guy.
Yeah.
Blue Man Group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
So is that a?
But if you really want my embarrassing moment, do we have a minute?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let her rip.
It wasn't with you guys. I was a little more. I just wanted to get that in there. It was in my notes. I wanted to get it in there. that I jammed with you dudes. I just wanted.
Yeah,
to get
it's awesome.
Anyways, okay, so it was like late 80s, like 88. We got in, Mannslaughter got invited up to play a metal show, a day show, Sunday. It was in the fall, I remember, because football was on. I'll tell you, up in Watertown. Now, we had never been to Watertown before, and I can't even remember the name of the place. I could see the bar in my head, but I can't think of the name. So we were told there was going to be at least 5 bands, all metal bands, pretty heavy bands. Sacred Death was going to be one of the main bands, and they were the ones who invited us. So they said, hey, can we bring our guys Mannslaughter with us? Because we used to play shows all the time together. And so we got invited through them. And so we were told, Sacred Death says, we're going to play near the end of the day. It's going to be a matinee show. So it's going to start at 1 and then probably about 8 or 9 o'clock, and then it's a Sunday, whatever. You guys will probably go on first or second because not a lot of people know you, and there's going to be other local bands there. So it's going to be Sacred Death, Mannslaughter, and like 3 locals. We go, okay, we're playing first. Great. Now, if you were in Mannslaughter, you knew if you played first, that's great because then you could have drinks at the bar. Because then you could party the rest of the day and watch the other bands and have fun. You didn't have to worry about pacing yourself. Well, we get there. We get there and we start having a couple of drinks. And we got there at like noon or 11 o'clock to load in. And now we're so again, morning drinking, not just day drinking, but 11 o'clock. And we had a few in us. We rented a van and everything. It was funny. We had our buddies with us to be roadies and our girlfriends and everybody. And we get there and we're probably 4 or 5, 6 in. And we're thinking we're going on stage. And Jeff Lanning or somebody from Sacred Death came over and said, look, there was a problem with some of the bands. We had to shuffle the times around. You guys are going to go on after us now. And I said, well, when is that? And they go, last. So we went literally from yeah. You see where this is going?
Somebody shit-faced.
And Brian's playing with you, right?
Yeah.
Brian, Scott, myself. And
this has got to be a story. It absolutely has to be.
It was me, Brian, Scott, and Mike White was still in the band at the time.
Ooh.
Oh.
So we're all doing this all day, right? Okay, so we're like, but we're at a point where, like, what are you gonna do? You're gonna stop drinking? Then we're gonna all get tired, get headaches, fall asleep. We'll just pace ourselves. We'll drink through this, and then we'll play last, and then we'll go home. We got a designated driver.
Oh no.
Yeah. Well, about 2 or 3 bands in, about halfway through, I look over at the bar. Brian Mann's playing drinking games at the bar with a couple of the locals, a couple of the old men at the bar. Drinking games, like, shots, beers, shots and beers and shots. Mike White was, believe it or not, the only one that was smart. He went to the van and he had a little TV, Mike, I said that. He had a little TV.
Wow.
Right.
He had a little TV with him because he wanted to watch the football games. So Mike was like, F this. I'm going to go watch some football. I'll be in the van. You guys, if you want to stay in the bar, fine. And Mike was actually I got to give him credit because he was the one who we should have all been like Mike that day. You know what I mean? Be like Mike, right?
Right.
We were. We weren't like Mike. We were all like Brian Mann, really, is what we were doing. So by the time Sacred Death was on, they were great. And then we were ready to play. So we did our normal thing. We were all cocky and 22 years old or 20, grab our gear, get up there and ready to rock. And the place has still got a lot of people in it. We play the first song and it was okay. A little shaky. It was okay. Second song, a couple of glaring errors there, but we made it to the end. Mike's getting a little annoyed because, I don't know who screwed up, if it was Scott or me or Brian, who knows. Third song got worse. By the fourth song was so bad, we said to stop in the middle of it. Now, we've never,
wow,
ever, that's never happened to us in our life. And it's never happened since 1988. We prided ourselves on being able to hold our liquor and be able to play a perfect set, like a great set, We fell apart and we all just looked at each other. Mike threw his beer down on stage and he was pissed at all 3 of us and said, you mother effers, I knew this was going to happen. Into the mic. He's cussing us out on the mic in front of the whole bar. And I go, hey, Mike. I go, you know what? If you don't, you're out of the band, Mike. You know what? We don't need you. Brian and I can sing. And I'm in the mic. So now we're having a band fight on mic through the PA at about 7 o'clock on a Sunday. And we're all hammered. Now, our friends who are our roadies, our friends and roadies, are grabbing our gear as fast as they can and throwing it in the van. The bar owner and the bartenders everybody in the place they're booing us now. This is the only time I've been booed in my life. I swear to God, they were booing us. These guys, and the funniest thing was I was wearing a Mannslaughter t-shirt at the time. So nobody knew who it was.
Oh, man.
We never were invited back, just like what Jeff was saying. Never got invited back to Watertown after that one. We hopped in the van as fast as we could and burned rubber out of that place, man. And we just, as soon as Mike he jumped in his girlfriend's car, and he was so mad at us. He jumped in his girlfriend's car, and they left separately. Brian Scott and I were all drunk and hopped in the van, and our buddy was driving us out of there, but we had a cooler in the van. So we all, instead of feeling bad about it, we all cracked the beer open, clinked, and went, man, that was one hell of a day, man. And we were just cruising home, and that was actually, it was at the time we were in such a state that we didn't care. But if you wanted to know the most embarrassing moment of my life on stage,
that's it. Okay.
He actually won. Grab it. He won it.
Did I win something?
And proverbially, here you get the Dick of the Day trophy right there. It's
Dick of the Day.
Yes.
Dick of the Day. Dick of the Decade trophy. You won. That is
DOTD.
Definitely the most embarrassing. I mean, we thought it was pretty funny when DR got hammered and laid down on stage and sang the whole second set on his back because he was too drunk to stand.
Yeah.
But you got it better. So,
right here.
So
thank you, guys. I appreciate that.
So DR, when you hear this, you got to top that one.
Yes.
Chilling with Rick. We have to plug him every time we can.
Yeah. Because he plugs us. So
well, he's gonna get plugged. I listened to his Billy Johnson interview yesterday, and that mother effer called me dillhole fucker.
Who did? Billy or Rick?
Chilling with Prick. Rick.
Oh no.
Yeah. He's like, everything's a competition with Mike now because ever since he booked the drummer from Styx and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, really, dude? Come on. So, yeah. But anyways, that's a freaking great story.
Yes.
Great story.
We had a drunken band argument on stage and almost broke up on stage in front of everybody. It was great.
I love the
yeah.
It's like, oh, yeah? Well, you're a band, right? Right? Mike, that's the best.
That is the best.
Yep.
And Mike was 100% right, except obviously you probably shouldn't do that on stage. Maybe wait. But that's the best. I love that story. I've heard bits and pieces, but I haven't heard an in-depth version of it before. So that was awesome.
Thanks. Yeah, no, that's 100% true too.
I know exactly what Jeff's about to say.